of the mainstays, right? Because the recon is very easy to handle, and it just laser people down if you put that 4x on it.
Yeah, we are going to be looking at the plane path, going northwest to southeast. Isolating Primorsk, isolating down near Quarry. It's going to be pretty difficult for a couple of teams to maybe go over down that way. Military is actually quite a late drop here, so it does have its own risks associated with trying to pull that location. Yasnaya, very viable. South George, certainly viable. We'll see who's going to be able to drop that and compete for that spot. Really, really strong for them.
You're already seeing a lot of teams coming out right now, John, so it does look like South George will be heavily contested. Is there a specific playstyle strategy you need to keep in mind here?
In terms of South George, it depends where you drop in South George. In general, find a vehicle, zone it away, and try and pick off some of the other teams that you find yourself pretty close to. If you're fighting in crates, that's not a situation you want to be in, right? You want to be trying to alter that up. North George as well, heavily viable here. Because of the early drop there, it means that you can go, but it's only one team we're seeing go that way. It's Orb, who seem to be wanting to find that position at the moment. Megastars over up near Severny. Team IND trying to take that central part of the map, and that's a really decent shift for a lot of these teams, because remember, with the plane path being early, that South George is going to be all the easier to compete for. You don't necessarily need to find a vehicle as early.
No, not at all. So they can really chill up there for a very long time, and that means that a lot of teams can acquire a strong compound route and stay in it till near the late game and just get very heavily geared. Already saying TD Anash, he will be dropping into a car, looking around, make sure he's near that bridge to cross it when the time does come. So obviously with that circle up in the top left side, we are going to see an interesting movement from these guys in the bottom right corner. But what I thought was quite funny is that no one went to Rozhok at all. They were like, that's the middle of the map. Probably everyone's going to go there. We're going to avoid it. So everyone seems to have the same idea in mind. But you will now see a couple of teams are making their way up that way. But military base is actually being occupied by 2 teams currently. You can't see them on the screen right now, but they're chilling down there for the time being.
They should be able to make that rotation as well, and they should be able to do it pretty effectively. Looking at, as you say, at where these teams are is very interesting, right? Because this is right at the start of a new tournament. It's right at it's the first time all of these teams will have played each other in this full format. They will be trying to feel each other out, trying to figure out where everyone is. You can see, 2 teams in Yasnaya. They're looking to actually try and compete for it, and taking this fight early is actually quite interesting to me, because normally we wouldn't see that later into the tournament. What they're saying is, no, we're dropping Yasnaya. You guys shouldn't come Yasnaya because we're here. But at the moment, everyone's still competing for it. Salty and Entity all just vying for that position. Yeah,
Salty Gaming, Entity Gaming, both in very close proximity of each other right now. Obviously, Neo took a couple of shots, did get that smoke early, so can drop that down and make the easy cross there. I actually like the play that Cash went for there in the beginning. He dropped down, he got a scar, and he got that immediately. It's what a lot of players will do in game. They want to get that assault rifle as quick as possible and then try and head out and get a kill with it. Didn't quite come through this time, but Salty Game, they look like they do have their eyes on Entity for the time being.
Well, they both know each other are there now. What's interesting is Entity have actually sent a player out all the way to the east of this town at the moment, and now they have a really good surround on Salty Squad to try and see where they're going to be able to exit from Yasnaya. That's really going to be crucial, because of course the circle isn't on them. They're going to have to move away, so they want to be able to see where is Salty Squad going to exit. Are they going to go south? Are they going to move away? They will have the vision lines to be able to see that now, so moving their players out wide, Entity Gaming with a really strong position.
It's very much a game of chicken now, isn't it, really? Who makes the first move? But here is Crates, and like you said, John, it's not a place where you want to be caught with your proverbial pants down, and as you can see...
This is in Novo on the military island.
Yeah, you've got Crates over here, right? So obviously these lads, they've taken control of it quite early. We've not seen any kills come through, so they are going to have the pick of the litter here with all the loot involved.
But yeah, they should be pretty happy with that. There was a team pretty close to them, obviously, trying to vie for that spot, but they have moved away. You can see Ronak there on the screens. That's, of course, X-Spark, the newly formed team. Oase and Ronak, of course, formerly of Team Soul, teaming up with Scout and bringing on Paratosh and In Your Dream to be able to form what should be a really, really strong squad into this season. I mean, Oase was top fragger for Soul last time around. Ronak, demon with a sniper, should be able to land those shots. And, I mean, Ronak, Scout as well, really, really heavy fragger for his team he was playing on last time.
Yeah, they've got a huge amount of experience on this team overall. So they had half the team in global finals, and obviously they've probably been giving a lot of good advice. And Paratosh, a name that we have heard of before. But again, we're back to Entity over here, still just chilling around. And Salty Squad just trying to get a beat on them all the time. But like you said, there's the player on the right-hand side from Entity Gaming just waiting them out. He will hear them coming, and then he can give the go signal to the team on the other side, which actually gives a massive advantage because they will get that first peak advantage on them. Information
gathering is where it's at. Look at the skin on that car. That's stylish.
Ooh, very spicy indeed.
Take me to the river and swim through that one. That was a nice little shark fin on the top there. I like it. RIP official. Look like they're just exiting South George crates at the moment. We're going to get it, of course. Team Spark still over on that military island. This first circle doesn't apply a lot of pressure. It is just a little bit slow moving forward, so you will have plenty of time to loot. You can see that, you know, Ronak's being able to get those three first aids on board. That's about the minimum you want to be carrying. About 3 to 6 is like the sweet spot in terms of those first aid kits. If you get a med kit, all the better. And you want to be as many stims as you can, really.
Full HP is always nice to have, really, in the pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. Just have that one in the back pocket. Be able to get that out whenever you want.
Yeah, there is one other team over in military base at the moment, but looks like they are making the cross for the time being. Salty Squad taking the first knock here. AJ, the first victim of the PMCO 2019 fall split for South Asia. So obviously that information gathering definitely was very, very good for Entity Gaming overall. A man over in the corner there can take these off shots as well, take the off angle on Salty, and now really as that player's down, it's time for Entity to start getting a little bit of a better positioning. Out comes the nade.
They are pushing forward just a little bit, but whilst they're throwing those nades back and forth, at the moment in the circle, Megastars are going to be pretty happy. They're over by Severny. Over in North George, you've got Orb as well. They should be pretty happy, pretty much alone on the northern side of the river. RIP official are holding around the bridge over on the western side, and that western coast as well, occupied by 2 teams, which should be a little bit more difficult. At the moment, though, the rotation coming from Lipovka has started to go over to the north of Georgia Pole, and everyone is starting to move towards this circle as the teams beat Military Island as well.
Indeed. We're still just seeing this engagement time being, but like you said, John, a lot of teams now making their way up into the circle. We're starting to see some teams getting a bit crunched here. Aman actually was on the roof for a minute then, but came back down, and Salty Squad looked like they have regained the composure for the time being, John. Just holding behind the puzzle pieces buildings, but look at this. Entity's now moving Neo over towards Aman. Obviously got this 2-2 split, so if Salty Squad do make this hard push onto Aman and Neo, potentially the advantage here, but really what Entity are looking to do here is crunch them on 2 sides.
Have we gone back to 2018, Salty, all loading up in the same vehicle?
This is a bad idea.
No, this is a terrible idea. This is exactly, you'd never do this. Never ever do this, Salty Squad. Bad. Stop it. Stop it at once. You should never be rotating in the same vehicle. There's plenty of vehicles in South George. You should, sorry, in Yasnaya. You should be able to pick up more than one. Rotating in the same vehicle gives you, it exposes you so poorly. If the vehicle blows up, you are all dead. You are all dead. If one of your vehicles blows up on a rotation in a convoy, like you can see on your screens now, only one player goes down, you lose 1 maximum. If you just get sprayed out, that's it. You lose so much HP, you lose so much pressure, and it's never a good idea. It's only a last-ditch attempt that you should do that.
Indeed. But now, Salty, it's okay now, Don. They have found themselves an additional vehicle.
Oh, I can rest easy.
You can rest easy now, dude. But look at that. IND taking it to X-Spark there. Obviously, a lot of players going down quite quickly. So X-Spark, although we thought they had a pretty good rotation coming through all the way on the right-hand side, on the east side of the map, they are having a bit of difficulty now.
Yeah, just to note, it was only 1 player that did go down because they were rotating in a convoy. That's why. Good job, Team X-Spark. They're going to be moving forward. You can see they've still got 3 players alive, but everyone's grouping up now around to the east of South George and just over towards that ruins location on that shoreline.
The tune's going into the vehicle right on the UAV. But
Alan Walker, great song.
Right, bloody brilliant, mate.
Yeah, it was. He performed it live at the Berlin Global Finals last time around.
It was good.
I was there. Good. It was amazing live. It was really, really good.
So now teams are gravitating towards Rozhok now. We got a little bit of a standoff here with RIP holding in the Harry Potter Tower, but look at this on the right-hand side. We got another team coming through, but for the time being it's just KO. Yeah. Veggie over here, just chilling out. He's vegetating a little bit. He wants to blend in with the grass and the trees. I'm not sure it's working. He's very low HP, so it doesn't
I'm pretty sure he's down.
Yeah, he's going out.
Yeah, he's going down. The next circle has popped. It's a little bit northern side of the river, so people might want to look for those rotations. Entity, they're finally leaving Yasnaya now. They are only 2 to a vehicle. This is okay. This is fine. You can see the other 2 aren't actually in the vehicle. I think they rotated just a little bit earlier. Yeah. They're ahead of the game for now. And they are just going to heal up in the zone. Teamx, you can see they've escaped with 3. They're going to be moving over to that southern side of the riverbank and trying to find their spot into the next circle, as everyone's just sort of now jostling to try and find that spot. No teams have gone down yet, but we have lost 3 players so far into the lobby. We're 10.5 minutes in.
Yeah, for Teamx, you're not super happy about losing a player, but it's not the end of the world for them. They still have a very good chance here, and they're moving through some great flatlands to get towards their location, their destination. Tempest here playing a little bit of a dangerous game. There are players on the right-hand side of him, but he has a lot of cover here playing from the bank, so potentially picks up a kill here, but it looks like it is just posturing for the time being.
Yeah, the reason
Out
this
comes a vehicle. He's going.
Oh yeah, Scout is almost certainly done. The tire pops on that. The rest of the team could just volley in. Ooh. Easy pickups there. Scout's going to go down. The reason that Tempest can hold on this side of the bank is that his team is at his back. If anyone tries to challenge him from the other side...
Oh! That was dirty.
Nice, nicely done, nicely finished off. But so the reason he can be there, the rest of his team will be able to hold the other side. They're going to be looking out for those angles. If there is someone who does come on through and tries to challenge them from the back, he can push up under the bridge. The rest of the team can deal with the threat. So really nice positioning coming out.
Yeah, absolutely great positioning. He was on the bank and he'd just been cashing in the kills there, so he's very happy with it. A little bit worse for wear now as Teamx Spark. I said you were not super happy losing 1, but you are really unhappy with losing the 2 now. Things get very, very difficult towards the final circle. Looks like teams are now finding their compounds and trying to chill out in them. We do have a team all the way in the bottom eastern side of the map, still not made their way up towards Rozhok area.
Yeah, it's ETG Brawlers. They're still in the circle. They're on that southwest side, see if they're going to be able to find some footing. Of course, Insidious, a very, very strong team from India. We saw last time around, they were consistent in the group stages, in the semi-finals as well last time. Top fragging, top scoring. Unfortunately, they couldn't quite get it out at the finals and see what they could achieve. Unfortunately, I think the live nerves did get to them a little bit. They did underperform, it has to be said, but hopefully this time around they're going to be able to have a little bit of redemption into this. Cartoons in this team, super, super strong frag. I think one of the top in the tournament so far from the last season. So hopefully the rest of his team will be able to volley around. Smokey, IGLing there. Whoa, what a shift on the circle.
That is a big yoink towards Severny Yasnaya. Rozhok's still in it for the time being, so the uninhabited location now becoming the habited now. INS, though, I really like the position they've got from them. They've got all the vehicles they need to move out, and Godlike, trying to take the fight up and realizing, you know what, this is not a good positioning for us at all. Like, they have high ground cover, and INS seeing that they are leaving, trying to get some high ground. You would imagine that they would try and change their positioning here before they move towards the circle a little bit more, but I think they're pretty happy with the plane crash for just this part of the match. A
lot of clockwise rotation starting to come in around this circle. Everyone trying to move over to that northern side. Of course, it will be less occupied. The Megastars haven't had to move the entirety of this game. They've been pretty happy. They've been just lurking around in Severny. But as you say, that the scars in the earth formed by this plane crash are providing brilliant cover for Insidious. The top of this hill is really, really strong for them. They're going to be really happy with holding it for now. They are right on the western side of the circle, however, so it could prove tricky if teams start to come on through. ETG Brawlers, by the way, in the meantime, they have made it into the circle. They still have to get to the next one as well.
They've been taking a while on it, but yeah, like you said, they're not dead yet, so it remains to be seen before they get in the circle and they take a firefight, so we'll wait after that. But so far, INS just raking in the kills and the knocks so far. They have a really good position here with a hard cover inside the plane as well, should they need to take any healing at all. Looks like now they are just going to reposition a little bit farther up towards that plane crash itself. Yeah,
they're trying to just keep those vehicles in the next circle, so when they do need to bug out,
they don't have to run back towards them.
Exactly, they have to run into the zone, more crucially.
Fumbling for keys in the pocket.
Hypeg over on the western side, they're now crossing the bridge over towards Georgopol. They're outside of the circle. They will have to try and find a little spot going forwards. But from now onwards, it's going to be very difficult for teams to stay out in the blue. It's a risk at this stage, but into the next circle, it's pretty much impossible. You do need to find a footing, and you need to find it fast. In about 2 phases time, that's when we're going to start to look at a lot of these teams dropping. We saw it last time around with how the circles fall, 16 teams, how they come together. It just seems to be that normally around phase 5, phase 6, that's where you see about half of the lobby start to go down.
Yeah, because you can't hide out in the blue anymore at all. You have to come, show your face. That's exactly what Hype's doing now. They are out in the circle far away, out there in Georgopol currently. and they're all in vehicles trying to razz it towards that circle, make their way in there and plant the flag, really. But as you can see on screen, teams are now just trying to take these positions in the compounds, try and use that TPP advantage, looking through the windows there. But now we've got a standoff here. You've got IND versus PES right now. Just holding it down. This is going to be a little bit of a difficult compound to crash because there really isn't any close side to this compound, is there, John?
No, it is going to be pretty tricky. The next circle has just appeared right in the center. I was going to say that at the moment, my money is on MX in terms of positioning. With the next circle, I would double that up. I would double down on that. You can see they're in a really, really good spot. They've got a road to their back, which means that approaching from that side is really, really dangerous because there's so much open ground to try and cross for Rip Official if they do try and go for that push. And then they can just cover all of the other angles. So MX right now, Mega X, are going to be really happy with their spot. They should be able to defend it. Let's see if they're able to.
I think Mega X, yeah, like you say, great position there, and they have all players to cover those angles too. As you can see on the screen, people are just driving past each other without a care. They know they need to get into that circle, and they're very happy to leave INS behind in that compound.
Team IND now rotating in. They want to try and vie for a spot on this hill. It is pretty heavily populated. A lot of teams moving a little bit further up north. But they have found themselves a little bit of a tree line to try and fight from. Godel obviously in the compound ahead of them. Will be able to hold down a little bit stronger. But they've got the hard cover from the trees. They should be able to have a pretty decent shout into the next one. 16 teams still alive as we move towards Phase 5.
Entity, as we saw before, their enemies left pretty quickly, and now they have made it into the circle. Just got a quick knock as well, so it looks like they have decent position.
Yeah.
Mega final boss. He is the mega final boss. He's the final boss after you kill the final boss.
He's the final form.
Yeah,
he's the mega final boss.
So, like you said, John, here comes the kills. They're rolling on through. This is when the lobby starts to thin itself out.
Yeah, Insidious actually taking pretty heavy casualties. They've got a really tricky spot to try and hold. They're right on the western side of the circle. If they were playing a little bit softer on the edge, I think we've just seen our first team go down. Yeah, that's Rip Official. They did get collapsed on. A team did come around the back of them as well and try and take them away. But at the moment, the southern side of the circle being heavily vied for, the western side as well. A lot of teams crunching in, and at the moment, Mega X, they're just sitting pretty still, right in the middle, with very little contestation.
Indeed. They've got a great position, John. It's very hard to get out of there.
That's Team Spark going out. Yeah,
Salty Squad just ripped them to shreds. X-Spark, that's very unfortunate. We predicted big things from them, but it looks like they kind of just fumbled a little in the early game, losing that one player, which led into just more and more casualties on the team. But their Entity, Neo, he's come back. He's come back to get Salty Squad, revenge from before. So yeah, I'll take that one down.
Sure. Orb Official, really, really close. Cartoons, I think he knows something's up. See if he's going to be able to get anything done. We saw it before as well. Portal Esports still there. Oh dear, another down as well for Team INS. They're going to really struggle. Just Cartoons really left standing. There's no way he can really go for Smokey at this stage. He might try and... Oh no, he's been spotted. He's been spotted. Yeah. Oh, they're not quite able to land the shots. He's going to be able to heal up. Okay, lucky him.
The worst part about this, John, is that someone knows his position, and everyone's shooting at this as well. We'll see the shots on the floor, and they know that he is here. So really, he was relying on his position not being compromised. But look now, Max looking up, but he immediately pops the head. Lead's flying at him.
All right, let's get it done. Cartoons, though, he is going to stay alive for now. Max Cash not having a peep in just yet. Next circle leaves Mega X right on the edge. They might just be able to hold that same spot as before, but for now, it's going to be a land grab over towards the hillsides into the next zone. You can see there is actually a loot crate right on the southern side of that circle, so teams like Orb, maybe even actually team... no, wait, Ronak's still in? Okay, they weren't eliminated. I thought that Xbox were eliminated in this game, but it seems like they still have a shout going forwards. Yeah, no, they are still going forwards. Salty, though, maybe in a better spot. God L still can rotate in.
Mad Dog!
Oh, dear.
He doesn't know! He doesn't know!
Or we might do.
Kratos! Is he ready to drop the hammer on the man over the side? Is it the pan? Oh, it's the nade! Oh, no, it's just a smoke, just a smoke, just a smoke. He doesn't know. He does not know the Mad Dog lies.
Oh, dear.
Are they just going to leave him?
I think they might. That's so,
oh, they've given him a smoke as well.
That's so good for him.
Is this a 5-player team? What are we seeing here?
Seems like it. Mad Dog just
so calm.
Keeping himself on the leash for now.
So calm, yeah.
Well, this is phase 5. The circle's pushing in. This is where the density of players is going to be so tricky. Look at him go. He's so sneaky. Ooh. They've let a sleeping dog lie. But he's pretty mad about it.
I mean, there's probably sweat dripping off the forehead. You can be sure of that right now. Kratos, though, already taking a lot of fire from Godlike in front. KRONTEN, I think he is down for the current time, but PES also coming on Godlike as well, so there's a lot of battles going on here, but they just cannot push into Godlike. They're holding down this compound like an absolute champ for the time being.
Yeah, there we go.
Through comes the nades, though. And the shots, too. PES in a little bit of a hard situation right now.
Oh, there's Xbox finally going down. They are going to go out. Portal Esports getting the reses off. 2 of them are down.
Christ alive.
Seems like they're actually going to be able to get it done, although smokes are fading. This could be risky. They are going to still be in with it, but another team has dropped as well. Of course, that was Team Spark before. Godlike still hitting the shots. They're still going, mate.
This is incredible. They're fending off 2 teams at the same time. They've got a man outside too, just holding on the UAV. He has full information. There's a spray. Khan goes down.
He's going to be able to get it done, holding it down like a champ, as you say. He's got the rest of his team at his back, and Portal Esports are really not having a great time of it for now.
Portal Esports, they wish they had a Portal right now. They want to get away. KRONTEN's actually taking another, but PES, he fires back with a DP.
That's it.
But Godlike will finish them down.
Portal Esports are going to be eliminated. Godlike holding that compound. They're still on the southwestern side of the circle. They are in the zone, but they do need to leave now. They have got their player on the outside, which is going to make that exit all the easier. But at the moment, I'm looking at MegaX. They do need to leave their compound as well. They've had it easy up until now, but they're right on the edge. We'll have to see where the next circle is going to push them. They still haven't found Mad Dog. He's still going. He's still just chilling. And IND are just giving... Oh, no, he's going to spot that.
No, he did.
Surely he did.
Come on, Slayer.
Oh, my goodness.
It's in your namesake. You've got to take him down, son.
No
Mad Dog's
way.
still there. He's not even taking the backpack off.
I cannot believe that he didn't spot that. That is insane.
This is a monumentous moment. Mad Dog just chilling. Does not want to do anything right now.
The next circle has popped southeast. Everyone from that northwestern side, the heavily...
This man's got... the confidence on this guy, the cojones to just stay there, not moving, knowing there is a team of 4 directly over the rock. This guy is literally free soloing right now.
He's solo squadding there. That's what he's doing. 11 teams remain into phase 6. Everyone's going to have to make this hard shift now. Team IND, they're on the edge of the circle. They have the blue at their back, and they have to move. Kratos taking a lot of heavy damage.
This is where Mad Dog, he has to make a move right. And I think there are so many other storylines going around here. Salty Squad also taking down Godlike, and they've done a great job to stay into it. But can Mad Dog just stay here? He is now
Do you think he can jump in the vehicle? If he gets in?
It will be. Oh no, he's actually taking the shot.
Oh, he's not quite able to get the knock. First one swaps his weapon, looking for Slayer. Slayer just able to get away from it, though. That's going to make Mad Dog's rush, though, a little bit more tricky. They're going to know he's there. Puts his guns away and makes the mad dash.
IND got to be kicking themselves after that one, knowing that there was a player right there the whole time. MX, though, look, they're in a tough position. The smokes aren't covering them for the time being, but NYM... in the backside, they have the hill for cover. They will be looking at Entity on the left side of them for the time being. But to me, IND in a fairly good situation, despite not knowing that Mad Dog was there the whole time.
He's still going. He's still in there. So these are smokes coming out now. They're covering his rotation.
I'm a 4-man team. Look how many grenades are going off.
Well, I mean, if he's picked up the nades from the rest of his team, fair enough. He's still going for the shots onto IND. He's got it out for them. He's out for blood. The Mad Dog will not go without a fight, but it's Entity to actually shut him down in the end. They're going to be able to hold that side. MegaX are still in it. They have a smoked position. Mayhem are at their back, however, so they do need to be careful. Entity up the hill as well. Need to watch it out. Cartoons still crawling around. Solo into these squads as well. 7 teams remain, Blank. There's a nade.
There's a nade. Doesn't quite take down Cartoons, though. It's still healing from the massive amount of stims he has been injecting into himself. Cloak there actually on top of the loot crate as well, so he has some hard cover from that. We should help him as he's trying to push up this hill. Also, we'll have the loot inside it. It's not just cover, guys, I promise. But MX, surprisingly, still alive in this situation, despite being surrounded by so many teams.
Yeah, the curvature of this hillside really playing to their advantage here. Entity don't really want to take the fight down the hill because they would have to expose themselves at the moment. And of course, Mayhem, they don't want to push around either for the same reasons. And you can see the defilades of this hillside really playing up for them. And they have got that flying V formation on the vehicles. They have exploded, so they have got a decent amount of cover.
Yeah, so they have cover from in front. Paradox being the front scout right now. Mayhem lobbing the nades over the top. It's a bit far-fetched, but Cloak, yeah, look, from the loot crate, does get the ghillie, so he can safely sneak in of the backpack on Labor, finds Paradox, takes him down, and then straight back to the floor.
I think Cartoons got chimed in as well, getting a knock, but he gets spotted out. Cloak goes down from the back entity. Coming in again, third-partying a fight.
That's another ghillie suit there, but that's not good for them whatsoever. Mayhem, they had to take that advantage of the ghillie suit being able to snake in, and taking such an early play like that, maybe not the best idea for them. Now, really,
he's getting naded.
He has to come back.
Oh, they are just lobbing him in. He is crawling as fast as his little elbows will carry him. Look at him go. He has to pop up. Has to go for the spray. Looks at Paradox. Is going to be able to get a point on board. Confirms the kill. Nicely done for his team. 5 now remaining. This is where the points start to add up for placement.
Although ID couldn't quite sniff out the Mad Dog in front of him. It looks like their eyes are actually pretty damn good as they're spotting out these players one by one. Now into the vehicle, moving a little bit forward. They want to keep this for protection, but 2 go down. Snacks making a meal out of them.
He is going to be chomping away, chowing down. Still up and kicking as well. Kratos goes to the duel. The AKM finds 1-2 bullets, but not going to be able to finish it just yet. The vehicle blows up. Team IND lose that rotation ability. They're being pushed by the blue. No way that he can be able to get up his teammates. So Kratos now the lone wolf for his squad. Mayhem now trying to push up. Salty still in with it at the top side, but it looks like they're going to get spotted out in the whole of this course of action, though. Entity have been really, really strong. One goes down, however. Salty still not going down without a fight.
Yeah, Salty squad on been on the heels of Entity all this game, and Entity have been slowly pulling them apart one by one. But we'll find revenge on Neo there. Mayhem coming over the top. It's Cloak. Snacks drops out some precautionary fire. Stay back, my friend. But Entity,
he's going to hit the blue.
They look like in a great spot, and Snacks, I don't think he makes this. He's going to try and crawl for his dear life. Actually survives.
No way did he manage to get away from that. He's on. No, he's not. No.
He's in. He's got a medkit as well.
I cannot believe this. That is insane from Snacks. Mega X are going to be super proud of him. Nicely done. Mayhem down the hill. Does he have a nade? That's the question. I don't think that Nima wants to try and go for this fight just yet. You can see Entity now starting to smoke up. They know they need to go for this next push. It is super open. At the moment, Mayhem, they have the advantageous spot. The next circle will be zoning towards Entity, however.
Yeah, an Entity that they have a tree to play over course and downhill. It will be a man slipping up for just a second. Take some shots of Mayhem. Mayhem throwing them back at him too. Nima just chilling in the smoke for the time being. A man will take down Vampire. Entity, they have been struck back at though. Mayhem doing an excellent job to hold down this position. They've got the 3-man formation for the current time.
Aman did get confirmed as well, so now 3 for Entity, bringing them even with Mayhem. Both Salty and Mega X have their horse in the race.
Ooh, nice shots coming through from Entity. That will be the whole team wipe, and now it's just one lad left. It is Snacks
1v2
versus worst versus 2. Yeah, there is one knock over there on Entity. He's wearing the Roman soldier outfit. Can he make a 1-man army play here? Currently, there is only 1 player still in play, with the other player reviving. Look, attack back up. Jonathan also.
It's going to be very tricky here.
It's going to be very, very tricky. With a three-player split, there's one. Gets down, but immediately he comes back up. Entity will be taking the first match here for the PMCO 2019 Fall Split for South Asia.
And a really strong set of kills as well, coming in with 11. That puts them up at 31 points over the game. You can see, of course, Mega X with a really strong position into the next circle. Were doing really, really well. They rotated around, but I have to say, what I valued from Entity Gaming that time was playing those off angles, being able to have those sight lines that they needed to take the fights in an advantageous situation time and time again.
Okay, so actually, we're going to go to a quick break now after that very explosive end, so we'll catch you guys very, very soon. Don't go anywhere.